Hey guys, it's MVP here and welcome to the Promised Neverland chapter 54 review. Now real quick, I just want to go over last week's chapter because I didn't do a review of that. Sorry about that guys, but I'll go over that real quick now. So basically chapter 53 was about the children talking with the guy in the shelter. We found out that guy is not William Minerva. In fact, this guy is an escapee from a plantation over 13 years ago, and he showed up at the shelter and even he didn't see Minerva there. So this guy's just been living there by himself this whole time, and he's basically given up hope of ever finding Minerva, or so he says, but he does try and steal the pen from the children. So I have to question if he really is telling the truth about that. But at the end of the chapter he holds Emma at gunpoint and he tries to take the pen and kick the kids out. And chapter 54 continues from there. So Ray decides that no matter what he's doing holding Emma at gunpoint, he can't afford to leave the shelter. That's when Emma punches the guy in the nuts to free herself. But Ray and Don, they confront her and they say, you know, he could have shot you, you shouldn't have done that. But she says that the guy was bluffing the entire time, he was never going to kill him. But then she suddenly gets shot in the cheek. But Emma is unfazed and she says, no, you missed on purpose, you could have killed me but you didn't. And then she has an epic speech about how much comrades and hope and feelings mean to her, basically throwing the words of the guy back in his face from last chapter when he said all those things are just dead weight that'll get you killed. The dude has a complete mental breakdown. He starts talking to someone called John and yells for someone called Lucas to shut up, and then he passes out. So Ray leads the other kids out to find the shelter's archives so they can find out more information about William Minerva. And they find this room with loads of writing on the wall, stuff like help. There's loads of tally marks, which I'm guessing is like how long the guy's been in the shelter for. And there's loads of names on the wall, including John and Lucas, which makes me think this is probably the guy from the shelter's room, if John and Lucas are on the wall and he was talking to those guys before. And probably the most noticeable one there is the word poachers written out in massive letters, and that's where the chapter ends. So my thoughts on this chapter: I really enjoyed the character of the guy in the shelter. He's clearly very conflicted over what to do. Obviously something happened to his friends 13 years ago. Probably died during the escape attempt or just afterwards, and he felt like it was his fault they died, and basically convinced himself that he didn't need friends to survive, and that was to shelter himself from his own guilt. And he's been suppressing that feeling for all these years, plus he's been alone in the shelter for all this time, and he's probably damaged his mind by doing that. He'll probably have a quote-unquote redemption moment later on, where he helps the kids out and sacrifices himself to save them, or something like that. No, not that the deaths are really his fault, per se, but more that he'll feel like he's redeemed himself because he blames himself for that. That's what I'm getting from him. I have no idea what poachers means on the wall. It could be talking about those demons that Sung Ju mentioned, who raid the farms to take the goods for themselves. I'm not too sure. Maybe this guy's interacted with them before, and they're the ones that killed his friends. Honestly, I have no idea. Maybe we'll find out next chapter. Anyway, pretty good chapter. Nice to see the author focusing on the mental state of the guy. Let me know what you guys thought of the chapter down below. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy it, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next video.
No! What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!